Okay, now before you say anything like, "Oh, RichTRM's doing another review of Pixar. What an unoriginal motherfucker. Ha 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 ha." First of all, if you sound like that, you should get help. Second of all, I'm not going crazy. I know I already reviewed Pixar a long time ago, but I'm not talking about them in general. What I'm talking about is early Pixar. This basically equates everything before Toy Story, but there might be a bit of overlap with things coming out after 1995, but still fall under the same umbrella of stuff Pixar did. And when I say everything, I mean everything. This includes short films, logos, tech demos, commercials, and other extra things. I think this will be very interesting, so let's begin. However, I have to mention that I have already reviewed The Adventures of Andre and Wally B and Luxo Jr., so I won't be going over them in detail. To summarize, Andre and Wally B is very good, and Luxo Jr. is one of my favorite animated shorts of all time. With that said, let's start with Blowin' in the Wind. Blowin' in the Wind is a tech demo from 1985 that is meant to illustrate wind physics in tall grass. For 1985, it holds up pretty well, and the music is calming, kind of obviously playish, but as you can see, this is all actually CGI, no real life. Fun fact, this is the last remnant of Pixar before they were called Pixar. As you can see, they're associated with Lucasfilm. Most Pixar fans know about this, including me. So that's very interesting to think about. Pixar logo, 1986. It's interesting to see the Pixar logo before the lamp one. It feels very 80s yet somber at the same time. Pixar image computer. No, you're not dreaming or on drugs. You really are seeing a computer with the Pixar logo on it. It was a very revolutionary computer, but due to the fierce competition at the time, including Apple, it didn't last very long, only selling around less than 300 units. Beach chair. It's another tech demo that shows a beach chair touching water. That's it. That's the whole short. I think it's the first thing of CGI where there's CGI water interaction. That's cool, I guess. Flags and waves. It's another tech demo that shows flags in the wind and waves in the background. This basically combines with the wind physics of blowing in the wind and the water physics and the water and beach setting of beach chair, and just does that to them. Slap. Smack. For 1986, the water looks amazing. Chef's kiss. Looks like Junior pencil test. Interesting to see the wireframe version of the most famous CGI short in history. That's it. Not much else to say. Red Dream is very standard and normal, but the music is especially great. It has this jazzy sound to it, but a lot more downbeat and somber and even depressing, which fits the mood of the short very well. The highlight for me, though, is during the credits, where the fictitious characters and copyright paragraphs has multiple in-jokes and just funny jokes that many people wouldn't notice as the credits in these shorts go up Mach 5 in all short films. Have you ever noticed that? But go look them up, they're hilarious. Volume visualization with Pixar Image Computer. This is what you can do with the Pixar Image Computer. Again, very revolutionary, but not popular. And also, it was the size of Godzilla's ball sack, so it wasn't exactly the most comfortable thing to have in your office. Also, the narrator doesn't exactly paint the thing in the most positive light, because he talks about it with the same energy as I did in how I spoke in the early episodes of this series. Bored and unnaturally sluggish. Tin Toy. Now, this short is revolutionary. Not only did it have some groundbreaking reflective effects, but it also became the first CGI short in history to win the Best Animated Short Film Award at the Academy Awards. Also, it has that funny end credits paragraph of in-jokes, like I mentioned in Red Dream. Again, however, they're not just the same jokes, they're different ones. So I understand its relevance in history. With that said, Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck is that fucking thing? Get it away! Send it back to the fucking depths of hell where it fucking belongs. Sorry. Pixar Image Computing. This short demo also shows what you can do with the Pixar Image Computer, but the narrator delivers it with the same amount of energy as how I speak in the episodes after the first 10. charismatic, and naturally likable. Except that last part. Knick-Knack. Now, there are two versions of this short, where the female characters are... In the original, the female characters are designed with big bazongas. So if you've seen the short, then you know what I mean. There was an edited version in 2003 that was made for Finding Nemo, before it began. Short films being shown before a film begins. That's just how they usually work. However, for authenticity and no other reason whatsoever, I watched the original 1989 version. Anyways, the short is fine. Quite humorous, but it goes by quickly, and the music is very bad and annoying, and I hate it. I don't know what they were thinking about when they made it, but I really hope whoever wrote the music is not on this planet anymore. I didn't mean like that. What I meant is, I hope they're in hell. This is a marketing tape from Pixar from 1990, which is basically a demonstration and collection of commercials and shorts Pixar has animated at the time, also including interviews and demos. It's very interesting, and I suggest you give it a watch. Tin Toys, Knickknacks, and Algorithms. This is a Channel 4 documentary from 1991 featuring interviews with a person who's one of the... Yeah, it feels weird watching anything with John Lasseter's face in it, knowing what we know now. However, that doesn't mean it's not interesting to watch. After John talks a bit about the making of the shorts, something interesting about the shorts, they just then show the short itself, obviously using RichTRM as an example. It's weird to think of a time where Pixar wasn't owned/affiliated with Disney. You could tell this was the case because knowing what the original version of Knick-Knack looked like, you know they would never get away with this today. Light and Heavy. This is the first of 4 short films featuring Luxo Jr. that was animated for Sesame Street during the 1990s. This is also the best and funniest out of all of them. Especially this ending joke. It's hilarious. Surprise! It isn't really that much of a surprise. Oh, I wonder who's in the box. I'm just gonna... Oh, look, it looks like Junior. What a shot. Up and Down. A bit more humorous than Surprise, but not by much. Front and Back. A good finale to the short-lived series of shorts. Get it? But still not great. And definitely not as good as Light and Heavy. And now we reach the commercials Pixar animated between 1989 and 1997. They did this because due to their shorts on computers not being the most successful financially, despite being critically acclaimed, they resorted to working with companies by animating commercials for them in crisp, early 90s CGI. Now, I'm not going to be talking about every single commercial Pixar animated during this time. Only the ones I feel are the most worth talking about, and also the ones where the notes I took down after watching them were the funniest to me. If you want to see all of them, there's 2 cool videos by these guys who compiled all of them together. I'll link them in the description, and in the community tab, I'll post my thoughts of all of them. That said, let's begin. Tropicana, Wake Up. A very funny commercial, although the idea of a straw wanting to, an orange, is very weird. Volkswagen, La Nouvelle Polo. I probably botched this. Sometimes I forget that Pixar made these because this is a very dirty, short commercial. Despite that, the characters' expressions are really creative and their reactions to the girl are hilarious. Although I don't get why a sexy bug lady is meant to advertise a car. Like, seriously, look at this. This is, how is anyone meant to get that? Listerine, Boxer. A fun ad, although I don't know why we can't see the gingivitis that the Listerine bottle is fighting. Is it really that hard to animate sour, bleeding gums? Okay, just answer my own question. Toys R Us, grand opening. Apparently, according to this ad, Toys R Us is as big as a continent. Knowing how they were incredibly popular before Walmart existed, it wouldn't surprise me. Listerine, nice. So, in the Listerine Cinematic Universe, LCU for short, is gingivitis like Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget, an ever-present villain that you never see. Of course, if the bottle was voiced by Matthew Broderick, then you would see gingivitis throughout the entire damn thing. Pixar is owned by Disney, so I wouldn't put it past them. Bun coffee makers. In the mood. In this commercial, they imply that two coffee machines bonked each other and created an actual child, as you can see from what's currently happening. Yeah, so that terrifies me. Fresca, chuckling straws.
Fresca has a distinctive citrus taste that can't be found in any other soft drink. It also has no sugar, no caffeine, and almost no calories. All of which makes Fresca quite irresistible. Fresca, the tasteful alternative.
I feel violated watching this. Coca-Cola, kaleidoscope. I feel tripped out. I mean, it has Coke in the title. Maybe Pixar took it a little bit too literally. Levi's or Levi's, one of the two. Women guessing what she wants. Woman guessing what she wants. Grammar. I can't wait for that guy on YouTube Shorts to say, "Did you know that in this random Levi's ad, if you look closely, you can see the Pixar ball in the background. This is an Easter egg to show that Pixar animated this, as they used to animate commercials before they made Toy Story. I'm smart, right? Please tell me I'm smart." Nutri-Grain. We've got taste. Do you though? Chips Ahoy. Balloon. Oh god. Chips Ahoy has turned the whole world into cookies. And they teamed up with Kroger. Run for your lives! Chips Ahoy. Circus. Looks like the Chips Ahoy world domination plan has already been put into action. All the people have been turned into cookies. Coca-Cola. Secret weapon. Whoa. All I needed to do to beat the enemies in Doom was to give them a Coca-Cola bottle? Ignore that. A Coca-Cola bottle? Why doesn't anybody tell me these things? Coca-Cola pin box. Well, first thing, I want to start off by saying this ad is really unique. It uses a unique object to advertise Coca-Cola. These pin box things are really, really cool. So I appreciate it for using that. Next thing I want to say is... Disney Interactive. Toy Story video game. This ad does not want to make me play Toy Story the video game. Buy it or play it. It makes me want to call the police. Look at the cover art. Like, that's not welcoming at all. And that. Disney Interactive. Out of the box. The way Buzz just glides closer to the screen scarily is both hilarious and terrifying. Also, why does Buzz sound British?
Oops, sorry.
Nickelodeon UNICEF. Look away. This is it. The final commercial Pixar animated that isn't related to one of their own films. What do I think? It's very good. A heartfelt message and execution, and a good way of ending this early Pixar saga. In conclusion, this era of Pixar is very interesting, as we get to see what Pixar was doing before they became affiliated with only Disney, and that's what they did for the rest of their life, for better or for worse. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get those images from the Fresca ad out of my head. I'll give you updates next episode. Bye! God, those images are gonna haunt me forever.